got at least one other to join, so sort myself out. You can get started in lying on your backs with the feet together and the knees wide. We will do half moon, so if you want to use a block or a substitute for a block, grab that now, or you can just pretend that you have a block. So did I say starting on your backs? Can you hear me? Lying down with the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. And you bring your arms into a V shape or a comfortable position so that the arms and the shoulders can rest. And make any final adjustments that you need. If you feel that that's kind of intense on the inner thighs and the groin, you can either shift the feet down the mat, or you could knock your knees together instead, or in that position, you can always use blocks to support the legs, if that's helpful. And we'll take 3 clearing breaths. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. One more time, a deep, full inhale. And a complete exhale. And bring your awareness inwards. And check in with yourself. Notice how you're doing this evening. Anything that's coming up for you in the body, in the mind. And there's no need to react or change anything, just acknowledging what's there. And know that when we move through the practice, you are always welcome to rest. You can modify when you need to, use your props, and use any variations that you like to practice. And bring the hands to rest on the torso, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And the awareness into your mind. We'll take a moment or two to consider an intention, or maybe something for this practice, for the rest of your day, maybe something very specific, maybe something more general. And when the mind is blank, think about why you've chosen to take the class and use that as your intention. So we'll take an inhale together. Send out the intentions of your exhale. And then bring your knees up, feet flat. Extend the right foot up and interlace around the back of the right leg. And start to take some ankle rolls in both directions. See if you can spread the toes out. And you can point and flex. And then flex the foot, hold it in that position so the heel pushes up, the toes point down towards your face, and you can start to straighten that leg any amount. And you want to feel a stretch through the hamstring, through the calf, either holding, or if it feels good, you can gently pulse in and out. The option is to keep your left knee bent or extend the left leg along the mat. And take a couple of breaths here. Now bend the right knee and bring the knee towards the right armpit, so down the side of the body. For a half happy baby, you either hold on behind the knee or your shin or the outside edge of the right foot. And then pull down. The sole of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. So pull down with that hand, and you can either hold it here or again, some gentle movement, bending and straightening through the right leg. Couple more breaths. Then release and bring both knees in, give them a hug. And we'll switch, right foot down, left foot up, interlace around the left thigh, and take your ankle rolls. So either eyes closed or watch the foot moving around. Then holding it in the flex position, working the leg towards straight, drawing it in towards you any amount. And that left hip wants to kind of rise up towards your left armpit, lengthen that side down. So left hip moves away from the armpit and the tailbone presses down. So we maintain some of the curve in the lower back. And take a couple of breaths here. Bring the left knee to the left armpit. Find somewhere to hold on. Half happy baby. So the option again to extend the right leg long. Hold it here or some gentle movement. And release, bring both knees in and take a rock from side to side. Push the knees forwards a little bit and rock side to side, so that will be lower down on the back. Bring the knees in a little bit, the back curls so it's a little bit higher up. And then right up towards the chest and get that rock across the upper back. And the shoulders a little bit. And then come to stillness in the center. Crisscross the ankles. We're going to rock up and over and come to a standing forward fold at the top of the mat. Take the feet at least hip width. Let the head go. And any arm variation you like, so it might just be dangly arms. You might take the little fingers into the elbow creases or an interlace behind your back. And then go with any movement that comes. Give the head a shake. And then release your arms down. Take your feet wide to the edges of the mat for a squat. So for me, my toes turn out a little bit. The knees track in the same direction as the toes. And you can come kind of halfway down. You might come all the way down. And there is always the option to use your prop as a stool. And wherever you are, press the palms together. Elbows nudging into the inner knees. And the chest lifts to the thumbs, thumbs to the chest. So the spine is long, not rounding. And there is a press into the feet, so not collapsing down. There's a bit of a lift up. 2 more breaths. And release into a standing forward fold. Head down, hips up, heel toe the feet towards each other. Inhale for a halfway lift, long spine. Exhale to fold in. Bring the big toes to touch. Bend the knees, sink the hips down. Chair pose, lift the chest and the arms. Squeeze the legs together as you come up and then sit a little bit deeper. When the shoulders are tight, you might feel more comfortable to take the hands wide or bend your elbows. Keep breathing. Hands into prayer in front of the heart. Figure 4 on your right. Feel the left foot on the mat. Lift the right knee up. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. And the right knee opens. Right foot is flexed. Couple more breaths here. Now, remember your half happy baby. Bring your left hand onto your left hip, the right hand onto the right foot. Start to stand up, bring that right knee up towards your armpit. And you can stay here. Crown of the head lifts up, left foot roots down, or you start to kick out through that heel, keeping the knee bent, or straightening the leg. Maybe the leg comes out to the side. Good. When you wobble, just come back in. 2 more breaths. Bend the right knee. Sit down into your chair, squeezing the legs together. Second side, hands to heart. Figure 4 on your left. Root down through the right foot. Slowly the left knee lifts up. Left ankle crosses just above the knee. Sink the hips a little bit deeper. Lean in. You should feel a bit of a stretch through the left glute. Moving on. Right hand to the right hip. Left hand to the left foot. Press down to stand up. Soften the shoulders. You can stay here or kick out through the heel. Knee is still bent. Maybe work the leg towards straight. Maybe bring that leg out to the side. 2 more breaths. Good. Coming back through center, sitting down into your chair. On your next inhale, stand up, reach up. Release the arms by your sides, Tadasana. And stabilize the breath. Find a smooth, easy breath to guide you through the practice. Sun salute A. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to fold forwards. Release the hands, release the head. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, step back to your plank. High plank or modify with the knees down. And take an inhale here. Exhale, you bend your elbows and come down. 3 baby cobras. Press the tops of the feet down. Lift the hands up just a little bit. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up like you're being picked up by the scruff of the neck. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up either to all fours or plank. Exhale, take it back to down dog. Take 5 breaths. The first down dog, if you need to make any little adjustments, anything that feels good or necessary, go for it. Two more breaths. Use your next exhale to look forwards. Step or hop the feet to the hands at the top of the mat and take a halfway lift. Inhale. Fold in with your exhale. Take the feet wide to the edges of the mat for your squat. Now you can choose any of those squatting options that we did first time round, or you can have a go at crow. So you plant your hands shoulder width and the fingers are spread really wide. Lift the hips up. Bend your elbows and tuck your knees into the backs of the arms. For me, as high up as I can is really helpful. And you crunch through the belly. Look forwards. Rock the weight into your fingertips. Really claw the mat with your fingertips. Then you can feel the knees are resting on the backs of your arms like a shelf. Then you might lift one foot up. Drop it down. Lift the other foot up. Drop it down. Then maybe you can bring the big toes to touch. Both feet lift up. And you're still breathing smooth and easy. Couple more breaths. One foot, then the other. Not suddenly both feet at the same time. Hug the belly in. Grip onto the mat, big toes touching. And we will release into a standing forward fold at the top of the mat. Head down, hips up. And roll out the wrists. Shake out the head, sigh out through the mouth. Use your next inhale to rise all the way up, big stretch. Keeping moving, exhale to fold forwards. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop, back. Take an inhale in your plank. Exhale to lower down. Strong hands as you bend your elbows. Inhaling for cobra, coming up a little bit higher if that's comfortable for your back. Exhale, move back to down dog. Go through the knees or plank. Shift back to down dog. 5 breaths. Follow each breath in and each breath out. Now we're going to move to the top of the mat. So you can either step or hop. And remember that little cheat when I hop forward is to step my feet in about 6 inches. You load up your legs, look forwards, and hop both feet in between your hands. Good. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold in with your exhale. Rise up with your inhale, upward salute. Forward fold with the exhale, we'll keep moving. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, take it back to your plank. And take an inhale here, belly hugs in. Exhale, lowering down with control. Inhaling for your back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, we'll meet in down dog through the knees or plank. The fingers are spread really wide. And you claw the mat with your fingertips. That index finger knuckle wants to lift up. Press it down. And then shift the weight back. So the chest kind of hangs down towards your thighs. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, lift the right leg up. So the rest of your down dog stays just as it was. And you're still pressing into your hands and kicking out through that right heel. Exhale, hug the knee towards the nose, round the back. And step the right foot through. Give it a helping hand if you need to. Bring the back knee down. And the hands come inside the right foot. So heel toe the foot out to the right side of the mat. And we're coming into a runner's lunge. So you can stay up on your palms. You could rest your elbows on the block. Or possibly if you have the space, you bring your forearms down onto the mat. But keep that right knee hugging in towards the right armpit. The hips sinking down. Some of you might want to lift the back knee up, maybe. And breathe, hold it and breathe. Come back onto your palms, if you're not there already. We'll pull back to half split. So the hips shift directly over the back knee, straight above it. Right foot flexes. You can bend the right knee if you need to. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine. We want to keep the spine long as you tip forward. So the pelvis is tilting, not rounding the back, not crunching in. Lengthen your breastbone towards the top of the mat. Tip the sit bones out behind you. Move into that position where you can feel the stretch down the back of the right leg. And if you want to, this is where you can gently fan the toes between 12 and 3 o'clock. If that makes you grimace, don't do it. One more breath. We'll rock back into that lunge, plant the right foot, hands on the mat, lift up the back knee and drop the back heel down. So you have warrior 2 legs, bending into this right knee. And we're going to walk the hands up past the top left-hand corner of the mat, right, left-hand corner of the mat. So it's like a down dog, but a warrior 2. So feel that down dog stretch through the arms, through the sides of the body. Now, if you would like, you can grab a bind here. So nestle your right shoulder by your right knee. Bring the right hand behind the right ankle. And you can stay here, or you drape your left arm around the back. Either holding onto your waist band or thigh, or you bring the right arm around the back of the thigh so you can hook the fingers. And then keep it very soft, folding in, let the head go. Good. Good. Couple more breaths. Still bending into that right knee. And when these binds don't feel good, don't do it. On your next exhale, release. Bring the hands down. Come onto the toe mound of the back foot. You're in a lunge. And we step back to a plank. And your option is to float the right leg in plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, you lower down. Inhaling for your back bend. Put any back bend, a baby cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift back to down dog. Close the eyes. And smooth out the breath. You want your inhale and exhale to be equal length. Moving on, use your next inhale to lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Hips are square, left toes point down. Exhale, knee towards the nose, rock forwards and step the left foot through. Back knee comes down. Left foot outside of the left hand to the edge of the mat for the runner's lunge. You're either up on your palms, down on your forearms, or use a block. So for me, one forearm comes down, the other forearm doesn't, so I use my block and then it's more balanced. Two more breaths. So the same breath here as you had in your down dog. And we will shift back to the half splits. Come back onto your hands, hips come over the back knee, and you point the toes up to the ceiling. So you might need to shuffle that heel forwards a little bit. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, moving in till you feel the sensation down the back of the left leg. Think about keeping the chest open. Use your inhale to come back into your lunge. Pick up the back knee. Back heel comes down, the warrior two position with the legs, bending into that left knee. And then you walk your hands up past the top right corner of the mat. Holding here or working towards that bind. So bringing your left shoulder by the left knee, left hand around the left ankle. And you could stay here. Or the right arm reaches around the back and holds on to something. Or the left hand comes around and you bind your fingers. And then make it like a humble warrior. So the head hangs. Don't lose the legs. A strong lunge into the front knee and a press into your back foot. You're there for two more breaths. And with these binds, if you're almost there but not quite, you could always use a strap or a sock to assist. Release the hands down. You're back in a lunge. Step back to your plank and take an inhale here. Exhale lowers you down. Inhale lifts you into a back bend. Exhale, shift back to down dog. Take 5, full breaths. So keep your awareness on the breath. On your next exhale, look forwards. You're going to step or that little hop to the top. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding in, release. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes and be still. Stabilize the breath, let the heart rate steady. And release the hands down by the sides. Chair pose, big toes touch. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, sit down. Take an inhale here. Exhale to fold in. We step straight back to downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your right leg up. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose, shoulders over the wrists, and step the right foot through. The back heel drops down. Warrior two position. Inhale, open hips and arms. Warrior two. And adjust into it. If you need to lengthen the stride a little bit, go ahead. Both arms are parallel to the floor. And there is a reach out through the hands. Lift the front palm. Reach up to the ceiling. Let the left hand rest on the back thigh. And then you start to reach towards the back of the mat, reverse warrior. Don't lose that bend into the front knee. And then adjust your gaze. So check in with the neck and see where it's most comfortable to position the head. Flowing through to side angle, either forearm to thigh, or the right hand can come inside the right leg. But make sure that's not just collapsing down. There needs to be a bit of a lift up and an openness so that you can still breathe. Maybe you bring your left arm long by the left ear. And can you open the rib cage up to the ceiling? One more breath. Look down, place your hands down, kick back to a three-legged dog with the right leg high, then bend the right knee, point that knee up to the ceiling, and try and stack the right hip over the left. Open hip down dog. Your left heel is sinking towards the mat. Inhale extends the right leg, and now you can choose. You can come to down dog and rest, or you could flow through your vinyasa, and that might involve the right leg being lifted. Your choice. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale for a back bend. Exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Take an inhale through the nose. And sigh out through the mouth. Second side. Inhale to lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze the left knee in and step the left foot through. Back heel down for warrior two. Open hips and arms. Relax the shoulders and the face. Couple more breaths. Flip the front palm, reach up, then take it back, reverse warrior. You're looking for that side stretch through the left side. Flow through to side angle. Same variation as you took on the first side. And there is length from that back foot to the crown of the head, out through the top hand. Lift some of the weight out of the left elbow. One more breath. Look down, hands down, kick back, three-legged dog, left leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Now the left foot dangles down by your bum. Your right armpit wants to dip down, but square the shoulders off, press back. Lift the left knee up a little bit higher. Inhale, extend the left leg, three-legged dog. Then you can choose, come to down dog, flow through your vinyasa, take a rest. One breath, one movement when you're flowing. No rush. And stabilize the breath. Two more breaths. Use your next exhale to look forwards. Maybe step the feet in a little bit. Step or hop to the top. Take an inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale as you fold it. Big toes touch. Sink the hips, squeeze the legs together and lift up, chair pose. On your next inhale, stand up, reach up. Release the arms down by your sides, mountain pose. And observe what's coming up, the sensations in the body, the thoughts in the mind. And remember your intention. We're going to go through that sequence again with a couple of add-ons. We will take half moon at the end. So if you want to have a block or a water bottle or something, have it at the top right corner of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit down into chair. Take an inhale. Exhale to fold. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifts the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, steps the right foot through with control. Drop the back heel down. Warrior two, open up. Lift the front palm and reverse. Maybe grab a bind. This time you can take a half bind. The left arm wraps around the waist, or a full bind, linking the fingertips behind the back. And then side stretching through the right side. So if you're in that bind, the right elbow lifts up. Release back to warrior two. Side angle pose. And you might add in a bind here, so that left arm drapes around again, half bind, left shoulder opens up. Full bind, you drop the right shoulder by the right knee. Maybe you can reach around so the fingertips clasp, and then open up this time. So left shoulder's opening up, still bending into that front knee. This is where a belt or a strap would be useful. One more breath. Release the bind if you have it back to your regular side angle. And we'll rise up to warrior two. So the legs stay in this position. Half moon, bring your left hand onto your left hip. Step the back foot in and grab your prop if you're using it. Prop is under the right shoulder. Flex the left foot. Open the left hip. Start to lift the left leg up. If you're stable, lift the left arm up. If you're stable, you might look up towards the top thumb. Or you can try to bind. So bend the left knee so the left heel comes towards your bum. Then bring your left hand to the left foot, ankle, or your leggings. That's it. And if you have it, kick and open up. Push out through the belly, push out through your chest. Couple more breaths. Now think about your slow-mo transition back into warrior two. Something like that. Without a thud to be heard, open up, take a breath here, sigh out through the mouth. On your next exhale, windmill the hands down and frame the front foot. Kick back to your three-legged dog with the right leg up, and then bend the knee. Point the right knee up. Can you stack the right hip over the left? Yeah, lift the knee up a little bit higher. Now you can stay here, drop straight into down dog, or take wild thing. So you're coming onto the outside edge of your left foot and the right big toes come down. And then turn the belly and the chest up to the ceiling if you can. Push down to lift up, lift your hips up. Now, graceful like ballerinas, coming back to your downward facing dog, maybe with that right leg hovering. Maybe you go through a vinyasa, maybe you need to take a break. Your choice. You do what you need to do here. No rush. No race. We'll take 3 complete breaths. Meeting in down dog if you're ready. And we will move on to the second side. So you can do this from all fours if that's better for you. Use your inhale to lift the left leg up. Exhale to step the left foot through. Warrior two. Rise up. Flip the front palm and reverse. Don't lose the lunge in the front knee. Take the same bind as you took on the first side, if it's there for you. If you've got that left elbow bent, not nudging the head forward, let the head nudge the arm back. Release back to warrior two. side angle. Half bind with the right arm draping around the back. Open the right shoulder up. Full bind, left arm, that thing, the left shoulder by the left knee. And then the left arm reaches around the thigh and you might interlace your fingers. Still lunging into the front knee, this time opening the top shoulder up. Good. Now release, come back into your regular side angle. We're going to rise up to warrior two. Right hand onto the right hip for your half moon. So look towards the top of the mat, step into your left foot, grab your prop, and establish that foundation. So the left foot presses down, the left hand presses down. Then you can lift your right leg up. Right hand up. Go for that bind if you did so on the first side. Even if you didn't manage on the first side, give it a go on this side. And you know what's really nice is if you can lean against the wall, then you get that real feeling of the openness and what the pose will feel like. Now, slowly stepping back to warrior two. Open hips and arms. Adjust into it and stabilize. Smooth, easy breath. Your exhale takes the hands down to frame the front foot. Kick back to a three-legged dog. Lift your left leg up and back. Bend the left knee and open the hip. Stay or come back into wild thing. You turn the belly and the chest up towards the ceiling. Press down. Everything that's in contact with the floor, press down. And then you make your way back to down dog, maybe the three-legged dog. You can rest or flow through your vinyasa. And we will meet in child's pose. So take any arm variation in child's pose that you like. Roll your forehead on the mat to release your neck. Two more breaths. And then walk your hands in and come up to sit. Bump the hips to one side and extend the legs forwards. So feel your sit bones on the mat. So the legs might be together, might be a little bit apart. Knees can be bent if you need to. Inhale, you lift up. Exhale, start to tip forwards. Rather than the spine collapsing, rounding, the spine stays long, but it's the pelvis that's tilting. The breastbone is coming towards your big toes, and the sit bones are tipping out behind you. And you move to that point, your sweet spot, where you feel the stretch down through the backs of the legs. Look down towards your shins. And then breathe deeply into those strongest sensations. And the reason to keep the feet flexed is that that helps to engage the front of the legs. And the idea is that then helps to release the back of the legs. Two more breaths. On your inhale, lift out with length. Bring the right knee in and let it roll out to the side. The right foot can be anywhere that's comfortable on the inside of that left leg. If there's any pain in the knee, bring the foot down, or you can prop it up with your block. Again, left foot is flexed. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, tilting forwards, breastbone towards your big toe. When you find your sweet spot, look down. But you're keeping the neck long, not dropping the head down. Kicking out through the left heel, tipping the sit bones out behind you. And if you like, you can take the crisscross grab, so the right hand comes outside the left foot, the left hand comes inside. But if that's a big reach for you, don't bother. Just stay relaxed, the arms, the shoulders. We've just got a couple more breaths here. Come out with length. Pick up the right knee and plant the right foot. And the foot comes about a hand's breadth away from the inner thigh. Left hand down by your left hip. We're going to lean over to the left and reach the right hand up. The left hand down, right hand up. Then you reach forwards towards, maybe past your left foot. And you can hold it here, or you can go for the bind. So you would bring your right upper arm in front of your right shin, tip the thumb down, and then you reach around. And then your left hand comes behind you. Maybe you can hook your fingers. Maybe you have a strap, and that will help to make your arms longer. A strap or a sock. If you haven't got that bind there, just lean in and hold on to your left leg or foot or ankle. And we just got a couple more breaths. And even here, we're lengthening forward. On your inhale, come up, release. And we'll switch sides, so going straight onto the second side, the left knee bends, and the left knee falls out to the side, Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, tilt forwards. Don't forget that crisscross grab if you did it on the first side. Two more breaths. Inhaling to come out. Left knee up towards the ceiling, and then shift the foot a little bit away from the right leg. Right hand down by your side. Left hand reaches up. You're rolling over to the right a little bit. Then you reach forwards. Hold on to your right leg, or we'll go for the bind. So turn the thumb down. Bring your forearm around the front of the shin. Reach your right hand out to the side and around the back. You might just be there. Maybe, maybe not. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come forwards. Couple more breaths. And then gently release. Bend the knees, plant the feet at the top of the mat. And make your way down onto your back slowly, as quickly as you like. And hug the knees in. You can go ahead and roll the knees or rock side to side. Any of that stuff. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Open the knees wide where we started, Supta Baddha Konasana. And as I said at the beginning, it's quite nice to use blocks to support the legs. So when you want to make it more passive, just resting the legs on props. The hands can be in whatever position you choose. So they might rest on your body, they might come interlace behind your neck, maybe out to the sides. But arrange yourself here so that you feel comfortable. Feel your shoulders, the upper back and the middle back. That contact between the back of the body and the floor. Your lower back and the sacrum. And the outside edges of the feet. Let the body release into the mat, so no effort. Know that you can stay in this position, a variation of it, or you start to adjust into Shavasana. Find the position that you can be comfortable and still for a few minutes. No, you're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. If you're ready to come out, then begin to deepen your breath. And move the body, move in any way that comes naturally to you. When you're ready, hug the knees in. Roll to one side. And make your way up to sit. And we bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. Eyes closed. Take a moment to acknowledge your practice. Feel the benefits of the practice in the body, in the space in the body, calmness in the breath, and space between the thoughts. And bring the thumbs to the third eye between the eyebrows. And remember your intention. Bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Nice to see you. As always, any questions or feedback, let me know.